Meet Kermit. What am I doing? Today, my life changes. Kermit is my lime green 2019 Ford Transit. It's tall enough that I can fully stand in it, while also being wide enough to sleep, and 87,000 miles on the clock. Right now, it's an empty van, a blank canvas. For the last 2.5 years, I have been chasing a dream. A dream to build a home with my 2 bare hands, though I have 0 experience and have basically never held a drill in my life. To live in a self-converted van, to tell stories, to reconnect with people, places, and myself, and to leave behind a life that no longer felt like mine. And I can't really explain why, but that day, something clicked. I completely fell in love with van life and the idea of building a van into a home. And from that moment, I couldn't stop thinking about it. That summer, I stepped away from my life as a producer in the film industry to chase a few different dreams. I started creating content in film and TV, and I started working casual jobs to be able to afford to do this crazy experiment. It was by no means the easy option. The hours were long, the pay was lower, and there was plenty of moments that I questioned my sanity, my decisions, and if it would even be worth it in the first place. But with every video, every client, every different job that I made, every late night, every early morning, it was another step to being able to afford this dream. And then my life changed. After my relationship ended in January 2025, I pushed myself well out of my comfort zone in places that I'd never been before. I met new people who ended up becoming some of my best friends. I pushed myself to be alone more and thrive in life, travel more, and I did exactly that. I traveled over a month and a half of North America and Canada, trusting strangers, hostels, and public transport, all alone, in something that I would realistically have feared so much beforehand. I hated being by myself, but I learned so much and was so beyond proud of myself when it came to an end. But once I returned to the UK, it just felt like a fire had really been lit inside myself. Moving back to my family home later last year, I made a promise to myself. No more waiting. Every spare hour became an investment in this future. Every pound I earned had a purpose. Everything was leading to this moment. For so long, when people asked me what am I going to be doing and what am I doing right now, I was in the process of buying a van. But today that conversation changes, and now I can say that I'm in the process of building one. Today this dream stops being just an idea. Today it becomes real. Over the next couple months, I'm going to be doing something I have never done before. I'm going to be fully building my dream home. There's just one small problem. I've never built anything before. I've never converted a van. I've never wired electrics. I've barely even held a power tool. So this should be interesting, but maybe that's the point. Because this project was never really about building the van. It's about building a life that feels slower and more meaningful to me at this current stage in time. One that feels more intentional, more connected. For years, I felt like the world has been getting louder. My struggle with neurodivergence getting harder and harder each day, with the world becoming more and more saturated and crazy and just non-stop. Every day, another headline, another notification, another comment section, and another reason to just keep scrolling. And it's so easy to spend hours seeing other people live their dream lives and do nothing about living yours, forgetting to live your own. And I don't want another year to disappear behind a screen. I'm trading salt water for meetings, conversations for comment sections, and I want to wake up somewhere where I've never thought of waking up before, enjoying sunrises and sunsets, conversations with strangers that I hardly know, making memories with best friends and family, to skate streets I've never seen, to surf waves that I've never thought of surfing, to drink coffee with strangers of languages that I don't speak, to learn the language and culture behind those people, to hear people's stories, because every person, every place has their story. I saw a little bit of that last year when I was in America, and I think there's something beautiful about being reminded about that, and being reminded just how big and vast the world really is. And the van is going to be somewhere more than just somewhere to sleep. It's going to be an editing suite, a writing room, somewhere where my future films are birthed, created, and then raised. A tiny cinema, a podcast studio, a way for me to talk about my passion in the film industry whilst traveling the world. A place where I can sit with the back doors open and eat crazy meals that I currently can't cook. Talking about film and TV that inspires me and sharing that passion with people all around the world, visiting set locations. And that's why I'm doing this. Not to necessarily escape life, but to experience more of it. To make things, to meet people, to say yes more often, because we're so scared of saying that now. Take risks, to fail, to learn, to trust, and to grow. And you'll see plenty of that happening. There'll be mistakes, a lot of them. Things will go wrong, and I will certainly cut off a piece of this van that I probably shouldn't have done. There's definitely something wrong with this, and I haven't yet found out. I'll probably spend hundreds fixing problems that I've created myself. But every mistake gets me closer to a dream that I've imagined for years. And maybe that's what the true freedom really is. It's not about having everything figured out. It's not about just disappearing into the world with a van. That's why I didn't buy them one that was already complete. It's about improving myself and learning for myself, going through something new and giving myself something, a task, to stop this phone. Yes, I love making content and I'm so, for that. But I also find myself trapped in here a lot. It's for here, and I don't have everything figured out. But it's about having the courage to do the thing in the first place. And this channel isn't just becoming a van build series or a way to show off traveling the world. Of course, that will happen. It's becoming a journal for myself, a place to document every lesson that I can then teach my future kids and share with the world, and share those lessons with people who I realistically wanted to hear it from. Every incredible view, every new country, every new surf session, every photography spot, every film recommendation, every set, every person, every conversation, every lesson learned along the way. Every reminder that there is still so much of the world left to experience, and 90% of humanity will forget to experience that whilst they still can. Society currently lives in a state where we are expected to just work till we're 80 and then go and explore the world. I can't climb mountains, I can't live in a van when I'm that old. It's a way to escape the typical life expectancy and instead make a life worth living. To be able to gather the dad lore, to be able to create the movies that I want to create in the first place. Share it with friends, with family, and with strangers. But one day, this empty shell will become a home. And hopefully this journey is something we end up sharing together. So over the next 6 months, that's going to be my priority. But this is day one. I have no idea what I'm doing. It's just a dream that's refused to let go of me for the last 2 years. Let's build a home. Let's chase the freedom. Let's go see the world. Sincerely, a guy with a dream who has no idea what he's doing, but here we are. Like and subscribe.